you're wondering if I did my hair, the answer is no.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Today's video is going to be about my experience with a medium. Also, if I look extra horrible, it's because I got a new phone. And the quality is much better than my old phone. So I went to a medium in September of last year, so about like 7 months ago. And girl, she got everything right. Everything, every single thing she got right. Except for like 2 things, but okay. I don't even know where to start. Like, everything was crazy. I wrote down all of these notes when I went because I'm like, girl, I'm gonna fact check you. Let's start. Yeah, I should probably start doing my hair when I plan on making videos and posting them on the internet for everyone to see, but that's a lot of work and I don't like work. Let's just start on this page. So, first thing she said was my grandpa came through. My grandpa passed away in September of 2017, so it's been almost 3 years. And she said that my grandpa came through and he put feathers on the ground in front of me. And then she said to her, that means moving obstacles for me. She said that now, over the next 3 years, I'm gonna have a big change having to do with education. And then she said that she sees me doing it at the beginning of a new year.
Dude, okay.
So, I'll spill the beans. I was going to go to school in my home province, like 3 hours away from me. It didn't work out. So I got into the program. I was super excited. I paid the deposit. I paid for residence, like dorms or whatever, if you're not from Canada, which you probably are.
Hi, Mom.
So I paid for everything, and then they phoned me and they were like,
nope,
we're canceling your program due to lack of interest. So I was accepted into an acting program, and then it was just all of a sudden, peace out. And I was supposed to go in October. And then, as you'll hear, it gets a little crazier, but within a week getting my program canceled, I got accepted to a
cooler, better, well-renowned program
in Vancouver, BC. Definitely a huge change. But that's funny because I'm starting in March now, which is going to be a new year. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, and then it says, a twist in plans. Nothing bad. And then she said, I don't get to see this often. So a twist in plans, obviously a huge, gigantic twist in plans. I'm moving 12 hours away instead of 4 hours away. And then she said, in life, in my plans, some things will feel closed and things will change. And then she said, I just have to ride the waves and plans will perfectly align. And it's crazy that she says in a plan, it can feel like things are closed. Because I remember getting the phone call that my program was canceled and I'm like, what am I gonna do now? Because I was waitlisted at another school. So I didn't have any backup plan at the moment. Under a week it happened and it was crazy, and that normally never happens. And then it says, no matter how much I want something, I might go through bumps. Take a step back and just say, take me wherever. And then it says frustration. Because I love plans, and when my plans get messed up, I get frustrated. This says, dad taking boards outside to paint, set something up in the garage, lacquer or staining. We're gonna try and move, like, cause I'm moving away, so my parents wanna downsize a little bit because my brother moved out in October of last year, so he's been gone for a good while. He's been gone. So we're gonna try and downsize, and we have to do some painting and fixing the stuff. And then my parents got a trailer, and my dad was just painting these boards to put in the trailer as shelves. And then it talked a little about music in school. I did music all growing up. If anyone who's watching knows me personally, I did musical theater, I did choir, I did musicals, I did plays, I did a lot of stuff to do with that. And then she asked me about going to Ontario, which is crazy because my mind was set on moving to Toronto when I was in grade 10. I was moving to Toronto for musical theater and that was it. that was my plan. And also when I applied for Vancouver, I applied for a school in Toronto at the same time. And after doing research, I decided on Vancouver. And actually here she says, I keep reading things that I didn't even notice. So anyway, with Ontario, she said that she didn't see me staying there for long. So what I just saw is that it says March, change, big change with me
In March is when I'm starting my program.
in Vancouver. Damn. And then it says driver window, automatic window, something wrong with my window, won't go down. I haven't experienced that yet, but I did get a new car in January. And actually my dad went to the same medium, and the medium told him he was going to be helping someone look for a vehicle. And I was like, no, like I'm not getting a new vehicle. And then I ended up getting a new vehicle because I was going to move to... Oh, I shouldn't say. She said she saw me having problems with my car. And then actually last like November, I was having problems with my car, and actually it was my battery that was like dead, and my car kept like stalling at stoplights. And then it says here that I would forget to tell my dad and be like, oh dad, by the way, and I totally did that. Then she asked me whose house has a cat, and I have 2 friends who have cats. So basically she said the person with the cat was going to have a baby, and my friend actually who has a cat ended up having a baby. And my dad and my brother went to the same medium, and the medium told them that one of my friends was gonna be pregnant and was pregnant. And it turned out it was true. That's like the first thing that ended up being true. It says, I'm worried about my friends. I'm worried about friends that are in a relationship. But she told me here to kind of mind my own business. You know, I really like to put my nose into my friends' situations. And she told me not to do that. So, you know,
I'll try.
she told me my brother has a secret. Okay, she was adamant that he had a secret. She went on over again. Like 4 or 5 times that he had a secret. And I asked him and he said no. And then like 2 months ago, he did tell us a secret. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I'm a good sister and I keep secrets. I remember pulling these out and being like, I knew you had a secret. And then she said, I'm worried about my energy levels and not feeling well going back to work. I'll get to what I mean by that. And then she said, I'm not worried about it. She said, when you're hungry, you need to eat, because she doesn't know, but she kind of got the vibes that like I sometimes just put it off because I feel too busy, so I'll just like not eat. And then she was saying, your grandpa's saying that you need to eat, but not too late because your intestines need to rest. And then she said, I see good things coming your way. I love it. She kept saying, I love it. And then she said lots of opportunities, and then me jumping on all of these opportunities. And then she says she sees me getting a loose-fitting charm bracelet with a heart that dangles in silver or white.
We'll see. Probably not.
And then it says thinking about moving. And obviously I was, because I applied to schools that are not in my hometown. And then she asked about a person in my family or life who has a name starting with a D, and my mom's name does start with a D. And then she said BC connection, and all of my mom's side of the family lives in BC. And then she said Saskatchewan connection, which is my grandma who passed away, my mom's mom. And then she said healthcare connection, and my grandma was a nurse. So that was kind of freaky to me because she put all the dots together. She said, I just feel like you're really stuck. And I feel like at the time I was pretty stuck. Like I had so many unknowns, you know? She said, you have lost a grandmother, which is the grandma she was talking about before. And then she asked if I had a sister, which is kind of weird, but I don't have a sister, but I do have a best friend, shout out Faith, who people say we look a lot alike, which is really funny. Actually, I was at a party recently, Faith, and one of the people there went to school with your mom and she thought I was you. So then she asked who is in education, working in education, and both my parents work in education. My dad is an instructor and my mom works in schools to help kids with speech. Here is when it gets spooky. She said, you have an older brother. I said yes, because he had gone to see her, but she didn't know that he was there already to see her. Like, she didn't know we were related. She didn't know any of that. She only knew my first name. That's something I should add. She literally only knew my first name, and I texted her off of like my phone. I didn't say anything. I said, hi, my name's Hannah and I'd like to book an appointment. And I had my appointment booked for July, and then something came up and then I had to move it to September. She said, your stomach's off, okay? And then it says your grandma talks about healthcare. So this was in September of 2019, and in July of 2019, I had a major surgery on my intestines. I'll make a story time about it someday, but all you have to know is that
It was really bad. I was really sick.
anyways, I had this surgery, but you couldn't tell just looking at me. Like, by this time in September, I was walking fine on my own. I didn't have any stitches or anything. I was wearing a sweatshirt. You couldn't see like my scars. And she was like, have you had surgery in the last couple months? Yes, ma'am, I have. Then she said, you feel held back by that. And I really did. Like, I felt like my summer was taken away from me because I had to be off of work for 2 months. I'm iron deficient. She says she could smell iron deficiency, which that's not a big one because if you look at my skin, I'm the palest person on earth. So that pretty much tells you that I'm iron deficient. But she also said that I was doing testing a little bit with myself, seeing what foods I can eat and what I can't eat. And I actually had just recently cut out dairy at that point in July. So now I've been off dairy for a year, but in July last year, I'd only been off dairy for about 2 months. So crazy. You can't look at me and tell me that I don't eat dairy. Like, you can't look at me and think that, you know? And then she said, in time, not right away, I'm gonna use my experiences with everything that I went through with my health, and I'm gonna use it to help people that are going through similar problems. And then she says there's gonna be a change in my medication, which I hope she's wrong because that's gonna drive me crazy. And then she said they're gonna check me for celiac. That still hasn't happened yet. Then she point blank asked me, how do I say this without giving it away? I have a chronic illness, okay? I have it under control, I'm fine, but that's the reason why, you know, it hit the fan last summer. She just point blank asked me, like, do you have this? Which is what I have. And then I was like, because you can't tell from looking at me. I didn't tell her anything about this kind of surgery I had, nothing. And she just straight up guessed what kind of chronic illness I have, which is crazy. Okay. She said that I have to start taking a vitamin or something. Maybe like a fish oil. I still haven't started taking fish oil, but maybe I'll have to. You know, I don't know. That one I'm like, okay, everyone could probably benefit from a fish oil, so. She said I'm not 25 yet, clearly. And then she said when I hit 25, everything is gonna be regulated. So by the time I'm 25, my health is gonna be regulated. So I still have 6 years. And then it says you have been talking about moving January, February. Which is crazy because I'm moving in February. I'm reading this stuff for the first time in like a few months, so that's crazy. She says she doesn't see me working at the mall anymore. That's going to change. Then she sees me working in a restaurant. We'll see. She saw me having an ultrasound coming up.
I'm not having a baby, okay? It's not that kind of ultrasound.
And then I did have an ultrasound. And then she said I put it straight on the family.
What else is new?
She said I'm gonna move before my brother, which is true because I'm moving in February and he's doesn't have plans to move out of our city yet. She said sometimes people think I'm older just because I have an older soul and I try to give him more advice. And then she said she sees me changing jobs. She said this one is written in stone. So I did end up getting a new job, which was totally kind of different than anything I'd ever done. I'm working as a receptionist right now and I have 2 jobs. She said I don't know about healthcare, which we were talking about because I wanted to be a therapist and like a psychologist for a long time, which is kind of, it's mental health care, obviously. And I was toying between that and acting, what I actually am passionate about and what I thought, you know, would make money. And she said, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I don't see you doing that and things happen for a reason. You know, I think school, like the school in my province not working out was definitely for a reason. And then she went over my brother again, saying like, is your brother in a relationship? Does he have a secret? Etc, etc, etc. Going over that again. And then she goes, who's Jody? Jody was a friend of my parents who passed away quite a few years ago. And I don't remember her. I'm sure we met, but I don't remember her. But she said, who's Jody? And then she said that Jody was coming in the middle, which usually one side or the other is like mom and dad. But Jody came right in the middle, which makes sense because she was friends with both my parents. She said Jody was laying flowers on the ground. And then she said, your mom will know what I mean. And my mom was planning on taking flowers to Jody's grave, like when I went to my appointment, like in the same time frame. And then she said new car. And my friend at the time, Faith, was looking to get a new car, but I ended up getting a new car. She said aches in joints, which I have definitely been experiencing aches in joints because I'm on Accutane and that stuff F's you up. She said it feels like I was getting the flu, and she called it a flare, which is what you call in my illness. If you're having an increase in symptoms, it's called a flare. Then she said crave bananas, which is very true. I eat like 1,700 bananas and banana chips. I eat so many banana chips. She said that my grandpa, a few years ago, my bathroom door was completely shut, completely closed. No one would admit to it. I didn't do it. I was in bed. My brother didn't do it. He was in bed. The only person who could have done it was my dad because he was in there to get the garbage out, to take it outside, like an hour before the door was closed. My dad denied it and he denied it, but I put it in my head as like my dad did that, like he just doesn't remember. And she said, does your door move? Like, does your door seem to move on its own? And I was like, one time the door was closed and she said, your grandpa's winking at me. And he's saying that was him. He's taking the blame. He's saying that was him. So that was weird because how would she know about my door being closed? And then she saw me cutting my hair. Not planning. I did cut my hair. Whoa! I did cut my hair and it says not planning when I go. I was not planning on cutting my hair and then I just all of a sudden wanted to refresh my hair. I need to read this more often, guys. This is crazy. It says a watch, ? I'm not a watch person. I have never worn a watch in my life. I hate watches, but I wanted an Apple Watch to help me track my workouts and also to count my steps and stuff in the day and to be able to, like, if I get a text at work, be able to see what it is if it's an emergency or something. And then she said, I like routine, which is true. She said, you're gonna be juggling a couple jobs until one just takes over the other. I have 2 part-time jobs and it still doesn't add to a full-time job. Yeah, I guess that's the end. So let's review, shall we? Things she got right. My watch. She talked about school changing for me, which was the biggest true thing that I never saw coming. Never would have guessed in a million years my schooling path would have changed so much. She talked about my surgery. She talked about my health conditions that no one would have known because even still, I barely talk about it. But yeah. She got that right. She got things right about Jody. She got things right about my brother, my friend having a baby, which I did not expect at all. She was right about me getting a new car, about getting new shoes. You know, she was right about so many things. I definitely want to go back. Yeah, I feel like I just had an awakening, going through this again and seeing everything I didn't notice before. That's crazy. If you like this video, give it a like, give me a subscribe because I have 3 more videos planned out after this one and I'm gonna obviously keep making videos, but I have the next 3 in my brain what they're gonna be, and they're gonna be really fun and they're gonna be kind of funny and maybe I'll have a different hair color. Because what is this color? Comment down below what color this is. It's my natural color. It's red but also brown but also kind of blonde. what, like,
Ooh, okay.
that's all I have for you. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, share this video with your friends if you like it. So I hope you got scared a little bit, you know, talking about mediums. If you're not a believer in mediums,
Go see one.
go see one. It's crazy. It was kind of expensive. It was like 150 bucks for an hour, but I would do it all over again, honestly. Everything I got was scary accurate. So, all right. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, night, morning, afternoon, weekend, all the above. See you later.